welcome back to the episode with Mystic Scales and Fae
And
Tales
Fate Tales
podcast.
podcast.
My name is Jennifer.
My name's Lee.
Nice to see you all. Welcome back to this fantasy and dystopian podcast.
We're
What got
excited
that?
because it's a part two of another episode, essentially. We're doing a chapter breakdown, which we haven't really done before.
No, we
So
have not.
this is chapters 18 to 35 in the Book of Azrael.
By Amber V. Nicole in the series The God and Monsters series. Yeah,
Yeah,
like we said, we are check out our first review, part one, up now of chapters 1 through 18 or 17.
17.
Yeah, all the way to the end of 17,
Yeah.
where we review the beginning of the book and our thoughts on it, and then now we're gonna break down the next set of chapters, and then we'll have one more episode we break down the last set of chapters. Why are we doing this, you may ask? It's because we have an amazing book club that has just made a year as well on the app
Mm-hmm.
Fable. Shout out to
Yay.
our amazing book club. We have it's crazy. We have over 500 people in this book club. I think it's like 560 right now or
Something like
some
that,
big
yeah.
number.
Mhm.
And we're so thankful for everyone that participates. It's so much fun. We started out as a SJM for first timers, where we went through all of SJM because it was Lee's first time reading,
Mm-hmm.
and then we just evolved to more books, more, and they inspired us to create this podcast, and then we created the podcast, and we've been reading with them, breaking down with them. So this is our first big series with them since SJM, because before that we were doing a lot of like duologies or series that are still just starting. So the second book's not out yet. Um,
Right.
so now we're back, voted by the book club, chosen by them. We are reading, Gods and Monsters series, and we're going to break it down. There is, Lee mentioned, I think, 7 books planned. There are 3 out in the world right now. The fourth one comes out this like October, November. So we're going to be able to
Hmm.
finish reading in time for the new book. So all that to say, if you haven't read this book and you want to read with us, go on the Fable app, look for the Mystic Scales and Fae Tales um, book club, or you can also go on our Instagram. There's a direct link on there, and that way you
Hmm.
can join the club, read along with us, go in the chapters for our discussion. We add quotes, we all talk about questions we have, comments. I try to put in fan art from Pinterest, and for every chapter. So it's a really, really fun experience, and then you get to read the book. Uh, and then listen to an episode from us immediately after reviewing it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah. This is a long book, I will say. This is um a, a slow, I don't even want to say it's a slow burn. It's just a slow read.
Just a slow book,
So,
period.
so yeah, I I think it's good that we've broken it down because it's been more digestible, I think. Um, but at
And
this
I think
point,
it's like nice to talk to you about it. Like we all
yeah.
talk in the book club, but like when me and you talk, we're like this plot and this thing, like because like there's so much I don't understand, and I feel like I'm just
Yeah.
lost as a reader. So it's nice to read with another reader and then be like, okay,
Hmm.
what's the through line? Because we can't
Right.
find it.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good point. Um, and I don't know if we should say like you've finished the book, I have not. So
Yeah, I did just finish it like 5 minutes before we got on. But I'm still gonna try to keep to talking. Lee and I also did this thing for
yeah.
this book where we wrote down what happened every chapter. So we're just like, should we
Hmm.
post that somewhere? Like we just wrote down every single chapter.
Hey,
Um,
we had that one like blogger help us through SJM, so it's like essentially
oh,
just
that
like
was
that.
so nice. Yeah, so we'll stick to this. We'll stick to the chapters. So spoilers ahead, if you haven't read the book, go read the book. Or if you just want to listen and you don't even care, like vibe.
Sure.
We're here for you.
Just yeah, yeah. I just think it'll be interesting that you might have some insight that I don't have yet. So there, I don't know. We'll see.
That's true. I was trying to stick to like reading in the chunks with you, but I told you this when we were off the podcast. I have a Libby hold that's due in 7 days, or now
Yes.
6.
Have you started it?
No, because I
Oh,
was
okay.
wanting to finish this one because I had like an hour, 2 hours left of this one. I was doing the audiobook. So I was like, okay, let me finish this one and then I can go to the next one. But even then I was struggling. I was like, okay, I only have 20 minutes
Oh,
left. Like even today, I was like, I had 5 minutes left and I opened Instagram and I found Instagram more
more
like intriguing.
compelling.
And then I was like, wait,
Oh,
finish the book, girl, finish the book. So then,
oh.
yeah, so I was like, I want to finish the book so that way I could move on and like
Hmm.
give myself a break because we're not starting the second book. By the time this episode comes out, we'll be starting the second book, but when we're recording it, I'll have
Hmm.
like a week break or so I could just like
Hmm.
focus on other books, so I could do that Libby Hold because the Libby Hold I have is one of as a Western romance. I'm excited to try it.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and it's only 7 hours long, so like I can do that easily while I'm working. So like I could do that, and then I can finally go back to Shield of Sparrows because I started that book. I was trying to finish it in time with me and Lee are in another book club on Fable that's reading it. I was gonna try to finish it with them and read it as I go along, but I was like, it's fine. I'll go at my own pace. I'll just go back to the
Yeah.
archives if I want. Um,
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I mean,
yeah.
I'm like 40% through. It's a longer book than Book of Azrael actually, which surprised me.
Really? It doesn't,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah. But yeah, it reads a little faster. I've kind of hit there's a little bit of a lull, but it's still that one's just enjoyable. Like it makes you excited to read. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
sorry to say, but the Book of Azrael does not make me excited to read it. So,
Yeah, and I'm stuck in this middle place right now where um The Shield of Sparrows, for anyone who doesn't know, the author is Denby Perry. It's a newer book that came out, also a series, but the first book came out. Um, but I did the audiobook and the audiobook is like really good. But then I
yeah.
also ended up getting a physical copy recently.
Oh yeah.
So I was just like, because I was wondering with my audio and I used to be on this journey where if I did an audiobook I loved doing the fantasies and stuff because I would get through it faster. But now I'm
Hmm.
finding with more niche books, I guess, like it's harder for me to remember everything that's going on.
Yeah.
Where like I read The Night in the Moth, like the physical book, and I feel like I devoured that more. So I'm like,
Mm.
okay, I don't want to miss anything with Shield of Sparrows. Like I was taking notes and I was like, I don't
Oh.
like that I have to do this right now, but I think it
Yeah.
also could be
Yeah.
because I was doing it at the same time of Book of Azrael. I was doing it at the same time of other things that it was just too much. So now I'm gonna like take time for it. I'm like, do I just like read the physical copy? But then I'm like sad because this audiobook reader is like really good.
Mm.
But I've tried to do the both before, like reading and listening at the same time, and
Hmm.
it's a little hard for me because I
Okay.
either read faster or like I can never like get
Mm.
it
Get the right
aligned.
timing. Yeah. Yeah. I think I
So.
read faster too.
Yeah.
Um.
Or my eyes like bug out because I'm like reading and listening. I'm like it's too much. So anyway, on that like that aside, like I'm excited. That's why I finished the book faster for this one. I also
Yeah.
just wanted to get it over with. Um, because I wanted a break before we went on to book two and then like be able to just,
Mm.
enjoy some
Hmm.
other reading in the meantime. Because I'm doing this Western romance I'm gonna start today, as we're recording. Then I'm gonna finish Shield of Sparrows or get into it. And then I'm also I read We Were Liars and I told you I read it and now I'm watching the
Hmm.
TV show, which is
Hmm.
such a great experience. Um, but I ended up picking up Family of Liars, the prequel because as
Oh,
I'm
nice.
watching the show, I'm realizing they're saying things that I didn't know. And then I picked up the book and I was like,
Mm.
oh, they kind of like weaved in
There.
Family of Liars,
Ah,
which
okay.
makes sense because the TV show, obviously you get more time with a lot of characters you don't get on the book because the book is
Uh-huh.
first person. And if you haven't read We Were Liars, not to spoil it, but like it's like one narrator and it's an unreliable narrator.
Hmm.
So like you're not getting all of the characters in different aspects. So a TV show, obviously, like you get more screen time with all the characters, especially the
Sure.
moms and the sisters and the dad and the grandmother. So Family of Liars is a prequel. It's about the moms. So like it makes sense that they would then intertwine that book within the series. So I
Sure.
was like, oh, instead of like making it up. So I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's nice.
I'm
Yeah.
yeah. So I just started that book now. Um, so I have like a bunch of reading going on. So I was just like, this would be nice to like, sadly for us to say, to get excited to read again because the Book of Azrael
Yeah.
kind of took that away from us.
Yeah. I think I'm also like I love summer reads. Like I love a beach
Mm.
read. And we're in August. We're in like, the sad month where summer's ending. And I just finished People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry and I loved it. And I kind of just want like one more book like that. And I think I'm like searching for that like while I'm reading Book of Azrael, so it's not really fair to the Book of Azrael. But um it's just kind of like a divide in my psyche, I guess.
And by beach read, do you mean like a summary read or like a book that takes place on a beach? Like it has to be on a beach?
No, it doesn't have to be on a beach. It just is like more of a cutesy romance, I guess.
Also, something exciting is like exciting but not exciting because I feel really overwhelmed. A lot of the books that Lee and I started this year, their second books are coming out like
Oh,
now, like
yes.
within the next like month or two. And I was like, oh my God, Lee, we have so many books we have to read now because the next books are coming. Like, Lee and I read all of the Powerless series and we thought we were done,
Mm,
but Lauren said, no, you're not. And she has a novella coming out in
hmm.
September, which I was like, great, we have to read that. At least it's a novella. And then I totally
True.
forgot that the Quicksilver, the new book, I knew the new book was this year, but I totally forgot that it was like November. So like
Hmm.
now we have to read the next Quicksilver. And I
Hmm.
was just like, this is a lot. Like I was like overwhelmed for a second. I was like, every book that we read, like the next book is coming quicker. But that's because
Yeah.
we didn't read it when it was like, other than Powerless, we didn't read it when it was like hyped. Like when it first came out,
Right.
we read it later. So then like
Right.
for us, it's a short turnaround. For everyone else, like they waited, the full
Right.
year or whatever.
Right. What was the book that Maureen was telling us about that she
Oh,
immediately had to get the second one?
What the River Knows. I
Oh,
actually have
duh.
it.
Yes, yes, yes.
This was a book that What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. I might have said that wrong. This was a book actually Lee and I did this challenge in Barnes Noble and it was like, go find a book that you've never heard of that we want to read. And then you picked this book up and I was like, Lee, I
Mhm.
have this book.
It's a beautiful
So
cover.
it is. The second book is coming out or just came out. And actually, as we're recording, the reason I'm going to Barnes and Noble today after recording is they have their 50% off sale. And I made a
Mm,
cart of four books that I want. And I was like, I mean, I could order it, get delivered, but I'll just like if I can go to the store and have a great time, like I'll get the books.
yeah.
And that one of them is the second book of this because
Oh,
50%
okay.
off and I have four books and it's $40. And I was just like, of course I'm gonna get all these four books for $40. Like, you kidding me?
Yes.
Like the regular price of this cart probably would have been like 80 essentially. So then I
Yeah.
was just like, yeah, of course I'm gonna go get it. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna go get the second book for us so we can start that, which is a great transition. Thank you, Lee, because the other thing I was gonna mention is on our Instagram and TikTok. Well, I think we should put on a TikTok first. If you follow us, we are starting a really cool challenge as we're doing all
Oh.
of the things we do.
Yeah,
We
as she gives me more books to read.
we already have so many books to read. I'm so impressed by us, by the way, because I feel like when we first started this, or just everything, we were like, yeah, I don't think we could read like one or more book at a time. Like that's so hard. And then like cut to us a year later, we're like reading five books at a time, and then we're like, hey, what are
Yeah.
you reading? And like, I'm not reading that one. Like,
Yeah. We're like challenge accepted. Like,
like what the hell? So anyway, we were reading the Book of Azrael, and as we will eventually get into this book because I'm so sorry that we're probably like 20 minutes in and haven't even talked about the book yet. But
which, yeah.
as we were reading Book of Azrael, we're really like not feeling the book. We're really stumped by it. And like there's so many options of things to read. And I was like, Lee, like I have so many books in my house, which is I'm so blessed and so lucky that I did that. But it was like see what happened was
See what
when I
happened
got back
is.
into reading again, because like I haven't read for a couple of years and I got back into reading, I just was like, oh my God, I love books again. And I feel like that happens to a lot of people. So then I was
Hmm.
that girl that was like every sale I was buying a bunch of books. Like I don't typically buy from Amazon anymore as I've learned the harmful effects of buying books from Amazon as much. But at the time I wasn't aware of that. So I bought a lot from like their Prime Day sales and things.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I have a lot of books that I would just buy from like just from them being BookTok popular or me
Mm-hmm.
seeing the like the post you see on Instagram that's like this is the vibes and I read the description. I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, that looks great. And then I just get it and go.
Mm-hmm.
Um so I have so many books that I haven't read. And before I had moved around, I had like room for them. I had like a display. Now I'm like in a smaller space. So I was like, okay, I have a storage space. I'm gonna put the books away that I haven't read and keep all the books sorry, put the books away I have read and keep all the books
Mm-hmm.
I haven't read yet. So
Mm-hmm.
then, um, but then I it didn't stop me from buying books throughout the last year or so.
Did you keep like the Hunger Games like with you? Like, did you
I
have
do have
any
a Hunger.
trophies?
I have a Hunger Games shelf. Yes, I do have that, but that's because I started
Okay.
collecting more
Well,
Hunger
yeah.
Games editions.
Yeah.
I did keep. I kept Milk and Honey, the poetry book, because I had the 10th anniversary edition. And I kept this series, These Hollow Vows, because I wanted you to read them, but then I forgot to give them to you. But also because I have these really pretty editions, which ended up working out because in the last year, like These Hollow Vows is a completed duology, but then she's made other duologies in the world. The author is
Oh,
Lexi Ryan, so they just came out with the next duology in it. So I have those two on my shelf. And I kept The Serpent and the Wings of Night because I started the first book, finished the first book really quickly because I met the author, and then I didn't get this.
mm.
I got the second book, but I didn't finish it, so I have that. Um,
Okay.
but
So
that's
you have
about
a
it.
few.
I have like a few, but everything else, and when I tell you guys the number, you'll be shocked. It's like 90 something books in my house, in my one bedroom right now. Actually, probably closer to 100 books that I haven't
That I
read.
have not read. Oh my
I have
God,
not read.
how does your anxiety do it? Um,
I don't know, but and like it's even crazier because when you see my display, like it's just one Billy bookcase, but
mm, they're
like
behind.
they're behind. I have books behind, and I have box sets behind as well.
Sneaky.
So exactly. So you're thinking, oh, there's only one book behind that one. No, there's an entire box set. So that anyway, all that to say, Lee and I want to do a challenge, and the challenge is to read all of the books I already own. And a lot of these are popular books that have already been on our TBR, but it's like let's just like do it. And so we'll get through, I mean, it's gonna take us a while, but we'll get through all the ones in my house and then we'll go to the ones in my storage because my storage it did start as the books that I've already read, but as I've gotten more books throughout the year from conventions and things and buying, I didn't have anywhere to put them, so I put them in my storage. So there are books in my storage that also haven't been read. I probably have like 200 books or more. Um,
My
so
God.
I wrote down all of the books that are in here. It's like four
She wrote
pages.
down, she wrote them down like handwritten. I need the world to know this. She didn't type them. She didn't like copy and paste. Like this is a true book nerd writing them down.
I had
So,
to. I wrote them all down.
darn.
I didn't write the entire series down. I just wrote like the series names if I have more than one, because there are some of the books that I bought the whole series before we even started them.
My God.
I'm gonna cut it out. I'm gonna put this nice little Disneyland Paris tin I got from when we were on vacation
Oh, cute.
together. And then we're
Cute.
gonna pick a book from there and we're gonna read it. Um, we're gonna have our pets pick because our pets are really involved in our reading process. So
Yeah, yeah.
we'll see how that looks. Either we put it in front of them and we have them pick one, or we'll just put a
Mm-hmm.
little pile down and see which one PETA sits on. Like,
Yeah, because she will.
uh, PETA's her cat, by the way. Um, and that'll be there. And then I also separated some of them. I started writing down as I'm going through. I just like noted like this would be a great fall read because like Lee mentioned,
Mm.
like we do like seasonal reads.
Mm-hmm.
So then I was thinking maybe I'll just put those in like a separate thing and we could start those first. Just to like be in the fall season. But okay, I'm talking a lot. I'm so sorry, but I wanted to end this with a very exciting thing. So, like, a lot of people do this on TikTok and Instagram of like, read my TBR with me or read all the books I haven't read yet. And
Mm.
like, essentially what we're doing, but we're gonna try to like make it fun. Like, we're gonna read it together. Like, maybe we'll
Mm-hmm.
do like a little inspiration from the book, and we'll like maybe I was thinking like, whatever the book comes to us, we'll do it. But I was thinking like we could even what if there's like a meal in the book that we want to make? Like, what if
Oh
there's a chocolate
yeah.
cake? Like, we'll make the chocolate
Hmm.
cake and be inspired by it. Or
That's
like,
cute.
we'll read the book at a reading spot that, gives the vibes
Hmm.
of the book. Like, we'll be posting
Hmm.
it all throughout our TikTok. So follow us along on our TikTok so you can see that journey of us enjoying these books and these series we wanted to read. And I know that there will come a time where we're doing this. We might pick up a series and be like, oh, we picked it from the tin, but this series would be really good to read with our book club, so we might like push it and
Sure.
like repick.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
point is for all of us to have so much fun. Again, I talked all of your ears off, but I'm just really excited to do this with Lee. And we're gonna figure out how we're gonna do this because, obviously I have one copy and we're trying to read all the books I have and there's two of us. So we'll either like maybe I'll like get on Libby or something and we'll listen and read at the same time, or we'll do like a sisterhood of the
Yeah.
traveling pants situation where like I read a couple chapters and I have gave her the book and then she reads a couple chapters and it'll just be fun. All of it sounds so fun.
Hmm.
I'm so excited, if you can't tell.
No, it's gonna be good. We're gonna make an adventure of it. So yeah.
Literally an adventure.
Hmm. Okay. Do you want to recap these chapters for us so we
Sure.
get into this book?
Yeah, sorry. Now to get into the Book of Azrael. Um, we are going to be reviewing chapters 18 to 36, correct? Or the end of 35.
It's a, yeah, the end of
End of
35.
35. So, in our last episode, we had left Diana. She had made the hard decision to betray Kaden. Well, I don't know if really that was that hard, but the decision to betray Kaden to
Hmm.
save Logan's life, and she carries him back to Liam or portals or whatever the case may be,
Yeah.
and makes a new deal with Liam. So the new deal with Liam and the blood pact they make is like she will essentially like do whatever he wants to his bidding as
Right.
long as he keeps Gabby's life safe.
Hmm. Hmm.
Um, so then we get off and everyone's like, "Oh my God, who is this person?" And they don't really believe her at first, whatever. Um, and
Well,
we
yeah,
find
because
out some,
she killed Alistair like that and then was like, I'm gonna help you now. And it's like, girl, what?
yeah, like they didn't really believe it. So we find out some information that um she mentioned. I wrote this down too, which they never address this again as I finished the book. I wrote down Caden can bend land, and Liam questions this.
Can bend land?
Yeah, oh, with like the whole like in the beginning where like he can make the
Oh, his pit?
pit. Yeah, so then Liam questions this and I'm like, okay, so foreshadow because like
Mm.
which I don't know if we ever get this answered. Like I have
Mm.
this theory that Caden is not who he says he is. So like
Yeah.
that was a moment of foreshadow. I guess that's why I wrote it down of like Liam questioning it. Um
Yeah. So
and
my theory is Kaden is first I was like, what if Kaden is Azrael? What if something happened to Azrael and he like turned bad basically and
oh my
is Kaden?
God.
Um,
I didn't
but
think about
then
that.
I was like, I don't know if that's realistic enough. So I think Kaden is at least an old like god. Like
Hmm.
he's the antithesis of Liam. Because yeah, he has all of this power and he knows all of this information. And even Liam is like, he shouldn't know that. Like, there's no one who's been alive that long except for me. Like, it doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. So, those are my thoughts.
That like Kaden is maybe a god or maybe some creature. Like I don't know. Like he's definitely not Igmorthan. Especially as they go on in this book and the way they describe Igmorthans and what they like
Mm,
came from and created as like it was really confusing. And
hmm.
I've questioned this throughout the entire book and you've seen this of like what Diana really is.
Right.
And like because they're like the more that's have evolved. They mention this with all the creatures, like the vampires and things. They
Yeah.
all evolved from something else. So like she could be like the new brand of Igmorthan, so she still could be
Hmm.
Igmorthan, but a lot of things that she does, like they even question it, and they're like, "Is she like she's not like Liam constantly says she's not like the monsters I know.
Right.
She's not like them." And I was like,
Right.
"Okay, so then is she even this?"
Well, and then, so this is what's weird. Okay, so Drake explains, which I guess we should say, like, Drake is alive. Surprise. Um, they faked his death. Um, so Drake explains that he's the one who kind of saved Diana,
Mm-hmm.
and then Kaden came along and put a piece of himself into Diana. And they're all about her heart and like the strength of her mortal heart. And that is what
Yeah.
saved her. And so, like, that's what sets her apart. But then they've also said, like, Kaden has tried to make others like her. Because I was like, oh, he put a piece of himself in her. Like, he must be, like, really powerful. And that's why she's like this. But then she says, like, he's tried it again and again, and they don't. My
Yep.
thing is, like, they don't keep consciousness, I guess. Like, she keeps calling them, like, monsters or, like, they're just part of his
Yep.
army. So she is still different. And yeah, it adds up to like she's not really Igmorthan and Kaden isn't really Igmorthan either then, right?
Yeah, so I actually wrote great transition. I actually wrote that down that we learn in chapter 18 that the winged beasts are created when they drink Caden's blood. He has an army of them. She was the
Mm,
only one to drink his blood and not become beast. And that's a little
mm,
weird. So I was like, did
mm.
she really drink the blood though? Like what if she didn't? What if he is powerful like you're saying and like put like um similar to how Celestials were created, where they're like a piece of the God that created them. And even
Yeah,
though we haven't gotten that fully explained, like I questioned that throughout the entire book, but it could be something like that. So if he was an old god, he could have like done something, I don't know, magic and put it
yeah,
inside of her or something. So there's
yeah,
a question of why she's not that if she supposedly drank his blood. Because like she couldn't she
right.
there's a possibility that she doesn't remember because of everything happening, you know?
Uh-huh. Yeah. And I don't know, for me, like the way Drake described it, it was like it felt very physical, like he put something in her. And I was like, what? Did he take like some of his flesh? Like, what was that?
Ugh.
Yeah, I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, not loving that. So yeah, in the end of chapter 18, we find out Azrael was a person. He was Logan's friend and helped him shape many weapons. He was a celestial. They left for war because his wife was pregnant, and Liam let him go, even though that technically was treason
Mm,
for celestials. We get chapter 18.
mm.
Um, Liam has transported Gabby safely. Oh, no. Liam is going to go meet Gabby, and he's able to transport himself there from just images
Oh,
of where he was going. And I put that down because it's important, because I questioned throughout the entire book, why none of them just don't transport or teleport places. Um,
right.
we learn that over time, the gods, when they're alive too long, like their emotions go like kind of haywire, and they kind of just like stop feeling things. Um,
Which is like one of the tropes that you've always commented on.
I do love that trope. Shades are the shadow figures that you liked in the beginning. They come back to try to get Gabby for Kaden. Liam fights them, and oh, when Gabby gets hurt, Liam and Diana, because of their
Oh, they
blood band being
feel it.
connected, she could feel it. So that's why we get chapter
Yeah.
20 and Diana comes in.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Uh,
because Gabby gets hurt, they can feel it through the blood bond. So Diana can feel something's wrong. So she freaks out. Because earlier I should have mentioned Liam and them still like they took Diana into like custody, even though they didn't like because they didn't fully believe her. So the way that she got out of it was she broke her wrist, and then Liam got concerned and checked on her, and then she transported them all there because of how like panicked she was for her sister. Gabby
yeah.
is obviously
That
pissed.
the eye roll. I thought that part was dumb.
Gabby is obviously pissed that Diana made another deal.
Rightly
Um,
so.
yes, very much. And then they all regroup, and Diana's like, I have someone we could talk to about the shades and about Kaden. Um,
This is where it got confusing for me because I was like, what are they? They start a journey. Like
yes,
she
start of
get
the
no.
journey.
Diana and Liam go on a journey. And I'm like, are we looking for the book? Are we looking for information on Kaden? What is what is the
Yeah,
deal?
essentially it's starting as they're looking for information on Kaden, which was weird because she was just
Kaden?
Kaden.
Yeah, and she was
Yeah.
with him for 1,000 years.
Yeah, so that's why I was
What?
like, why are we looking for information on him when you were literally just with him 5 minutes ago, sweetheart? But I guess she wanted to see like what his next move was because like he would just like send them like places. So she and remember
Hmm.
she like very much says like I don't know all of his plans. She's like very much in
Right.
the dark. So like she was trying to figure out like what his next move was to like try to track the book before he does.
Hmm.
And like I'm assuming that she just like
Also,
didn't know anything.
well, yeah, because she doesn't know what he knows about her. Like, does he know that she killed Alistair? Like, so the beginning is her like kind of sussing that out, and they figure out pretty quickly that yes, he knows.
Yeah, they're trying to get like a step
Um,
ahead essentially.
yeah, okay. But then I feel like then they shift and they're talking more about the book, and I got confused.
It
But
is confusing, 100%.
anyways,
Um,
the
so
journey.
they start their journey. Um, this is where I start to question so many plot holes. Because I'm just
Mm,
like, why are we not teleporting places? And apparently
mm,
it's because using a big part of magic, Kaden would know where Gabby is. But I still didn't
right.
get why he would know that with Liam. But I'm starting to, I guess, answer that by saying like when Liam like reacts really strongly, he like puts a ripple effect in the world. Like sometimes they say like there's quakes,
Oh
there's
yeah.
earthquakes. But I was
Yeah.
like, isn't that just from his emotions, not like if he just teleports
Like
somewhere,
moving.
yeah, is
Yeah.
that gonna be like there's an earthquake on the other side of the world? Like I don't think so. So it really confused me why we had
Yeah.
to go on this like mortal journey of them like getting a car and driving around
Right.
places. It didn't add up. So that's where we start off.
Yeah. And this was where like the world building like fell apart because like it was too close to the mortal world, like you're saying. Like they go and meet this woman and she's like, "Don't worry, I got a new identity for you. I got credit cards for you." And it's like, "What? What is happening?" I think I said to you, it's like Crescent City, but like bad. Like
Hmm.
it doesn't work. And then every stop they made was so convenient. Every person was immediately gonna help them, and like they didn't end up helping them. But they all had answers for them. She knew somebody all along the way. I was like, there's no challenge here. We're just going like do A to B to C.
Hmm.
And like you're saying, like it's a road trip. And they keep bickering about like they need to eat, they need to sleep. And I'm like, you guys are like immortal beings. Do we need to worry about this?
Apparently, eating and sleeping is their main priority. And like even then too, like they don't even like in any other like vampire or whatever TV show I watch, like that is not a priority at all. Like we don't need to see that. Like they get it off screen. Like they go to sleep
No.
eventually. So it's like so dumb the amount of times they talk about this. And like
Hmm.
another thing that she does throughout this book with the blood dreams. So because Diana,
Oh,
well, we have no clear answer on this, but the assumption is from Liam that because they have this blood pack, she can see into his dreams and she calls them blood dreams. But
yeah.
also with Diana, she doesn't, oh, again, she's alive and she's eating, but she should be
Right.
drinking blood to make her powerful. So she's
Right.
not at her full
Right.
power because she don't drink blood. But I guess whenever she drinks his, because she drank his blood with the blood pack, like she suddenly can see all of his
Oh,
dreams.
and then she gets hurt, so he has to give her blood. That's what
Yeah.
it is.
So he's like
And he
hella
shouldn't have
connected.
done that. Yeah.
Yeah. So the point of the dreams is that she ends up seeing a lot of his past throughout it, and they use that throughout the book.
Hmm.
And there's apparently more dreams she sees off screen that they don't say. Like she mentions, like I've learned so much about you
Yeah.
through your dreams, which also doesn't add up with what we were saying because if she's learned so much about him through his dreams, why does she still act like he's this asshole character and she paints him
Right.
away that he really isn't? And I guess that the other side would argue it's because she's like hiding her feelings for him. She doesn't like want to acknowledge who he is. And I'm like, no, this is
Mm.
just bad character writing. Like we
Yeah.
know we're seeing Liam like it's not adding up the way that you're writing Liam. You're writing Liam to be portrayed one way, act one way, and then also thought another way, and none of them cross.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Um, two things. One, when she gets hurt, I was like, this woman, this creature could like barely be contained in Liam's like stronghold. And then this little witch or whoever she was poisons her like nothing. I was like, that's ridiculous. And then what was I gonna say about the blood dreams? Um, well, one thing about the blood dreams is like her seeing him is like one thing, but his blood dreams with her are just like wet dreams.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is dumb.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like that she did that. Like I thought that made him like baseless and I thought that was dumb. Like he has more depth than that. And then Diana, it's like basically she's being written as she's trying to write her as like, I'm so badass, like I'm literally like Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, but like, no, you're just annoying. And like your little quips are annoying. Like they're not even quips. You're just like throwing temper tantrums. Like there was one scene where she like walked in the room. I think it was maybe Liam and Drake talking. But she goes, "What's up, losers?" And I was like, "What the hell?" And I can't even imagine how that sounded on the audiobook.
Oh, everything was terrible on the audiobook. Don't even get me started on this audiobook. The amount of the like the narrator didn't know like whether they need to put emotion or not put emotion in. And it's like I want one or the other, baby. I don't want like in betweens. And then like yeah, her Diana voice is just annoying. And then like her Liam voice is terrible. Her Liam speaking voice is even worse.
Oh
Like
my God, because it's like an octave below.
and it's like a kid's book. Okay, no, it's like a kid's movie. I swear not. Like there was a chapter I was listening to. Like it was like Liam and Logan were talking, but it was from Liam's perspective. But like when she's
Okay.
saying his voice to Liam, it's like whoa, 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 oh my God. And you're like, what is happening? You're like, what is this? Like, this is
Oh
terrible. I was like,
gosh.
why was there no director on this? Like, you could feel it. Oh my God, it was,
Yeah, I don't know who produced it. Like I haven't gotten into that,
I know, like a
but
part of me,
you did say you finished the book and you're like, so there was an editor.
well, because this, for the longest time when Lee and I talked about it, we were like, this is Wattpad. Like, there's no editor on this. And I listened to the
Yeah.
acknowledgments and she's like, to my editor. And I was like, oh, there was an editor. I don't know how much they really read though, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
I was like, that's crazy.
Mm-mm. So yeah, I think there's a part in this like section of chapters where I kind of had to turn my brain, like switch my brain and be like, okay, if I just think about this as like literally like a Wattpad romance, like maybe I can get through it. Nothing has happened between the two of them except, oh my God, there's the day they go to the carnival and then all of a sudden she's like calling for a truce with him and they should be friends and she suddenly sees him differently and it's literally been a day since that happened. And then she gets mad at him because he had a bad dream and doesn't want to tell her about it. And I think I said, I don't know if it's in our notes or like in the group, like she reacts so strongly when like he's been acting like that the whole time. Like
Hmm.
he's not telling you everything on purpose. And just because you like said you were friends and then he decides not to tell you something and it is like not like the cold shoulder, but like he goes silent and she gets so mad.
Hmm.
And I was like, I don't understand. Also, she suddenly has so many friends, like so many acquaintances that she could just call upon. We learned that she had a girlfriend, and it's just kind of like, when? Like, when did Kaden let you go and have a girlfriend? Like, I don't think so. So it's just like things like that, like
What's
you're saying,
up?
like plot holes, and that is where like you said, like the thread, like we're losing it, and it's just not. That's like eight different stories, and you only need to tell
It
one.
is like eight different stories in one. I 100% agree with that. It really is.
What else do we have in our notes?
Yeah, so then we like we're saying in this journey, Uh, we also learn throughout, like I was gonna say, like a lot of this journey too, you were saying like, it's convenient. A lot of it was also predictable, like the whole being
Hmm.
poisoned with her coffee. Like it's the details that this author calls out to the reader to make it like very obvious what's happening, and then you're just like,
Hmm.
it's a letdown because then when the twist comes, you're like, okay.
Right.
Like, no shit, she was
Right.
getting, like, I was like, she's getting poisoned. Oh my God, she got poisoned. Like, it's just like, it's things like that that nothing is an actual shock to the reader. And it's really annoying, honestly.
Hmm. And even like emotions. Like I think you wrote how they're both of them are like feeling something that they've never felt before. And like, what is this pang of like anger or something? And it's like, clearly you're jealous.
Yeah,
Like
he keeps
you're,
describing jealousy, but he doesn't know the word for it. And then later on, he says the word about someone else. And I was like, oh, so you now know the word jealous. Like, clearly even feeling, and like they keep doing this whole time where they're like, oh my God, like they're thinking, like in their chapter, thinking about the other person. They're like, ah, like I would essentially, like, let's say they're saying, like, I would move mountains for them. I would care about them so much.
hmm.
And then something happens, and they're like, well, why would they do that for me? Like, why would I do, why would
Yeah.
I act like this? I don't act like this. Why would I act like this for this person? I don't understand. Like, why would I, well, this doesn't happen in the book, but let's say, for example, like, why would I give my life for someone? Like, I just met him. It's like, you just talked about for a full monologue, like 2 pages ago, about how you're basically like deeply in love with this person. And then you're saying
Hmm.
like pick a lane. I'm sorry, pick a lane. Like I know she's trying to lead up, the author's trying to lead up to this big monologue moment of being like, I'm in love with you. And it's like, yeah, no shit. But like you can't do that throughout the whole book. You have to like again, pick a
Yeah.
lane. Like you start with it and then you go
Hmm.
there, or they don't realize it at the end. Like it's too much. It's too, and for both of them to do it was really dumb.
Yeah. Yeah. I do kind of wish she had just picked one side to show us
Hmm.
because they're having the same journey. Like it's not any different.
No, it's not at
So
all.
just write one. It's fine. I don't
And that's
know.
the beauty of other romance
Um,
books we read, where you only get the one side, and then let's say it's a he fell first or she fell first. Like you are
right.
able to see that through the eyes of the main character for the other character. You end up loving the romance character more because you get like a different perspective because you're seeing it, even though our main character isn't like
Hmm.
saying it yet. You're like, oh my God, clearly he loves her. Like you could just see it. And like, even though
Hmm.
she's not admitting it
Hmm.
to herself. And that's what she's trying to do, but she's trying to do it from both sides and giving us both perspectives, and at the same time, they also acknowledge at some points it's not working at all.
Yeah. And they both have like an outside character that is like basically telling them what they're feeling. Like
Hmm.
Gabby is Diana's. She's the one who's like, maybe he's not that bad. Like maybe he's just had trauma and like, duh. And then, I mean, this last chapter, it was Drake, which was like weird because that's not even
Yeah. It
like
becomes
Liam's
Logan again.
friend.
When you keep going, it becomes
I
Logan.
feel like, yeah, Logan's another one. I could see that. Um, so I don't know. Thoughts and feelings.
Not going well.
I feel like talking about it though, like we can make it better. Like maybe we're making it better in our minds. Like if she had just done this, it would have been okay. But like in the actuality and like actually reading it, it's like, oh my God, what is happening?
It's funny because I'm looking through the notes too, and there's a scene um where they like get off, they're waiting for the plane. They're waiting for the plane that comes at dawn. To get them across, because of course we make this journey across this land to avoid her ex-girlfriend's area. And then when we get there, they're like, well, we have to go see the ex-girlfriend anyway. So what was the point of all this? There was none. Um, and Diana's watching him dream. They're on top of the car, they're sitting, and then they like get down from like he falls asleep and at some point, she moves him into the car. And I was like, he's described as like this huge man, godly, whatever. And I'm like,
Mhm.
I literally wrote, how did she
Mhm.
move him off the car? Like, I was like, I don't understand this. Like, it's small
Yeah.
things like that that you're just like, I don't get how this would have happened. Like, this is confusing to
Yeah.
me.
And like my thing was like, wouldn't he crush the car? Like, how is he just like this massive being. I just imagine him being so dense and they decide to lay on top of the car. Like what?
Made no
That was a
sense.
weird scene. Like why do we have to wait till dawn? Like just
Just go.
like you're
Just keep
saying, just
going with it.
teleport.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, oh, I think you wrote this. They've been friends for like 2 days when she gets mad because he's acting how he normally does, i.e., he doesn't want to tell her the dream. Um, yeah, so we were saying that. So they go to the vampire hideout
Yeah.
where we end up
Mm-hmm.
staying there for like 3 flippin' weeks unnecessarily,
Mm-hmm.
very
Mm-hmm.
unnecessarily. Also the vampires have like so many people in this house that are conveniently all in hiding. And I was like, how can
Right.
you hide this many people? But okay. And
Right.
that's what you're saying. Like we find out about Drake and like the past and all these things. And Drake says a line to Liam about not letting Diana fall. Like she's been through enough.
Oh.
So then Liam gets in his head, and then Liam goes the 2 weeks without talking to her, and also doesn't
Mm-hmm.
sleep or eat because, of course, and doesn't even
Mm-hmm.
realize that 2 weeks passed, which I was like insane.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
and then finally, like they get back together. But before that happens, too, they have like a nice garden walk. With like a romance
All right.
walk, and he gives her a flower, and of course she's never been given a flower. And this is what I'm saying. All these different romanticy, like
Mm-hmm.
cliche she throws in, and you're just like the pinky promise that they have. Like it's another one.
Oh,
Like things like
yeah.
that. Like the little like it's just so cliche, and I'm like, I can't.
And like that could have been cute. Like that feels like a powerless move. Like that would have been a cute like pay and like um pie thing. But this just doesn't work.
It
And
didn't read
like
well, yeah.
you're no. And you're telling me that her girlfriend who was in love with her never gave her flowers? No.
No.
I don't buy it. Also,
Um,
the whole time Drake is watching them, apparently.
oh, true. True.
Because Liam was like, I couldn't feel him. That's weird.
So we get to the end of these chapters where finally Camilla responds that she'll see them, but she wants to see Ethan and Drake. So then they decide we have to
Mm.
disguise Diana with this magical bracelet to look like Ethan, and we'll disguise Liam to look like something else, so they can go to this powerful witch queen and find out because we've learned Camilla is claiming to have the book and we'll give it to the highest bidder. So Caden obviously wants it. So they're trying to
Mm.
get ahead of that and get the book from her or see what she's about. Is she lying? Is she not? Um and then like this is
And
where
like,
so much of Liam's jealousy comes alive.
is gonna come. Yeah. But like, why would Camilla do that? Like, because wouldn't she just be putting a target on her back? Kaden could just come and kill her and take the book. Like, why would you
Well,
be like, highest bidder?
Camilla is technically not in hiding, I think. It's like she just got demoted from her role because of
Oh, because of
Diana.
Santiago
Yeah, like Santiago's like the head
over
covenant.
there.
And so like she just
Mm-hmm.
rules over a certain land. So it could be like a way for her to get like in Caden's good graces and get like, you know,
Mm.
like power back in that aspect. So
Okay. Do
I don't
you
know.
like her as a character in the future?
She's not in it a lot, so I mean, I liked her fan art. Fan art was pretty cool. Um, and
Okay.
then they described the witches' powers, like their magic is green, which was cool.
Okay.
I could understand their magic more, as I
Okay.
don't really understand every other character. So
Yeah. I mean, I still don't fully understand Diana as like a shifter. Like, why isn't she just shifting all the time then? I mean, is it because she's not eating what she needs to eat to do it? I
yeah, I
don't,
think possibly.
or like maybe she's just having the like doesn't want to lose her mortality.
But then again, remember
I
she
don't
can't
know.
do much magic because apparently Kaden can sense it.
Right.
So many plot holes, so many questions.
I don't get it. Yeah. And like the disguise thing is bothering me because again, like this is another book where they're like so big on scent and like, oh well, you two like reek of each other. And it's just like, okay, so like is this magic bracelet also hide scent? Like
It has like
what?
it has a Axe cologne in it. What's on you?
Yeah.
So you smell like someone else? Yeah.
Oh my God. And then there was one time that Kaden, no, not Kaden. See, again, they all have the same name. Liam made a threat to Drake and was like, in one phone call, I could have da 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 here. And I was like, a phone call? But then he uses his like magic rings, which I kind of like. His weapons are like in his
Yes. I
rings.
wish they talked about it more because I was
Um,
very confused by that at first.
I know, but it's cool. So then he does that, and I think Logan appears,
Hmm.
or Vincent, or maybe both of them. And I was like, is that the phone call you meant? Or did you mean a literal phone call? Do you know what a phone is? So there's just like little things that are thrown in there that I'm like, this isn't good. But
Because he also does it later on, where he does it in a couple scenes, which I'm sorry if you haven't gotten there yet, where he like uses this portaling thing and like uses a mirror and is able to like talk to
oh,
have like a
jeez.
like a Star Wars like a holograph come up of Logan and that's how they talk. So he never actually uses technology, but
That's
technology is
so
like heavily
weird.
in it.
Also, like Portal, and like if Kaden can, you know, drop out the earth, that's another kind of like portal. So,
I don't know. I can't answer any of these
uh,
questions sadly because nothing makes sense. And I even finished the book and still nothing makes sense.
man, I
I
really want to ask you about the end, but I won't until the next episode. So,
read it. At this point, read it.
yeah, I
Was there
will.
anything that positive that you liked from these set of chapters?
Um, I mean, I really don't hate Liam as a character. Like, he's not the best, but I don't know. I'm more interested in him. Uh, I like that he can make clothes. But it was kind of silly, like when he didn't get sleep, he didn't have enough power that he could make clothes. Because he just like pulls fabrics from the air.
Hmm.
Um, but I don't know, that felt like a throwaway kind of like cutesy
Yeah, it is.
detail. But a good visual, he makes her a stunning red dress, sparkly dress. So, what else did I like? I think that's about it.
I liked the stuff with Liam's mom. That was cool. Like he talks about like
Oh
how he got
yeah.
his name for Liam was from a flower and his mom and the
Mm.
love that they like that was cool. I kind of hate that we're learning. I took a positive and made it into the twist of the negative. Like we're learning so much about Liam through these flashbacks. Like at this point, I
Yeah.
wish like it's hard for me to wrap around like who he is and like him being like this god, like god, and them being like not a god. And he's like this huge creature, and then I'm like I start to question like what even makes a god? Like what makes you
Mm.
God? Are you just like created from the universe? You just sprout?
Hmm.
Um, like I don't understand. Like what's
Yeah.
the power level? Like they're very powerful, but what does that mean? So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Because even there's the whole scene with his dad and that other goddess, and they tell him, what are they like, you have to seal the realms.
Yes. Oh, I forgot we learned about that. That was
So,
a huge part. We learned that
yeah.
his life force seals the realms, and the only way to open them is him to die.
Mm. So, yeah, that's a lot of power. That's a lot of pressure. And he doesn't really get a say in that. They just tell him, you got to do this. And his dad's a little shady for that. Um, because basically they're just like afraid that maybe one day something could happen in the future that could threaten them. So that's why they're like, we're just gonna cut it off now,
Hmm.
you know? And so I feel like, and he was like, quote, young at the time. So I feel like he didn't have enough like wherewithal to be like, well, do we need to do this right now? Like, you're kind of ruining my life if we do this.
Yeah.
Uh, for just like the possibility that we might have to save everyone, but we don't know that. And I don't know if that comes back. Like, Is that a personal crisis later? Is it an actual crisis? He's having these dreams that the world is ending. So,
Let's see.
yeah, we gotta wait and see.
So all that,
But I guess, like, yeah, all that to say, like, I like his world and I like trying to learn about it,
and I wish
but
we
it
got that
is a lot.
first. I wish we got that first. I wish we were with Liam for half the book, and then we saw the fall of
Yeah.
everything, and then this new world arises. Like it would have been great if it was just Liam's point of view. Like, not even gonna lie, just Liam's point of
Yeah.
view from start to finish. Even if we started with him, like, you know, waking up and being in the way he started in this book, like it just would have been great, just his perspective of everything, and like
Yeah.
really understand the threat of Igmorthans. Like I feel like I don't feel that as
hmm
much. Um, so yeah, I wish we
Yeah.
got just that, honestly. Fuck Diana.
I yeah, I can agree. And if we didn't have her like headspace, then she could be more of the morally gray woman that the author wants her to be,
Mm-hmm.
because we wouldn't know so much. So her like crazy actions would be a little more like, what are you doing? You know? So I agree.
So yeah, next episode we will go over chapters 36 to the end and get a nice wrap the bow on the Book of Azrael, the first book in the series. Um, by the time this episode comes out, our book club will be done with it though. They were finishing the last day of August, and then we will be starting the second book. So if you are listening to this and you want to read the second book with us, perfect opportunity to come on to our book club right now and read the book with us and discuss. So you can find us on the app Fable. We are Mystic Scales and Fae Tales Podcast, or you can go to our Instagram, Fate Tales Podcast, and find it in the link in our bio to join the book club.
Yeah,
Oh, and find us on TikTok. We post some fun things on TikTok.
we do.
We even had the author comment. We had Amber comment on one of our videos.
Oh, we did. Yeah, we got nervous.
Yeah, I got really nervous. I was like, I'm not liking this book, and I hope she. Listen, I respect all authors.
Mm,
In terms of writing a book, like that takes a lot. And congratulations, you wrote a
mm.
book, you published it. That's a lot of work. But we can still criticize and not like something. And
Yeah,
not us.
we don't have to like everything. And we have good reason. We don't just say we hate it,
Yeah.
we back it up.
With an entire
So,
hour episode.
yeah.
I also wanted to shout out, we are doing a really awesome mini series every
Mm,
other Monday where episodes post. We have the Allie Hazelwood miniseries going on right now. We have reviewed Love Hypothesis, Love Theoretically, and
theoretically. And
our next one's going to be Check and Mate.
check and
So
mate.
check us out if you love Allie Hazelwood. The episodes are, quick. They're under 30 minutes. They're nice. You can digest them. And love Allie, reading about Allie. We already have one of our friends saying they're influenced to go read Allie now because of our episodes, which is so
Yeah.
exciting. So join us as we read Allie Hazelwood and her journey. After we read Check and Mate, after we review it and post it, it'll be Love on the Brain. So you have some time, you can go
hmm
read Love on the Brain and then join our mini episode where we discuss it.
Yeah, check in.
Check in. Um, I think that's it, right?
I think that's it. We got all of our book clubs and our follows and yeah.
Yeah, we hope that your summer comes to an end with a nice beach read, as Lee said, and
Mm.
hopefully you transition to your nice fall read. Let us know what you're gonna
Fall reads
do.
or your spooky reads.
Spooky read
Get
as
your
well.
ghost
Oh my
stories.
gosh,
Yeah.
scary. And happy reading.
Happy reading.